Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is George and I'm your friendly neighborhood anime and manga fan. I love all things anime and all things manga, and I'm here today to talk about Spice and Wolf episode 11. So, what did I think about the newest episode of Spice and Wolf? To be frank, I thought that this week's episode was really good, and the main reason was because of all the twists and turns that this episode provided, as well as all the dynamic between Lawrence and Holo, as well as Nora, and how, all of them kind of, have such a good relationship with each other, especially, Nora and Holo seem to be developing a more of a understanding relationship, which we knew that Holo was already kind of a hater towards Nora, but now she seems to be pretty much respectful towards her, as well as, she's grown to her, she's come akin to her in a sense, which I thought it was really good because, we both know you guys are best girls, so it's okay. Don't fight over it, Now, before I go any further with this week's episode, I just want to give you guys a quick reminder to make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you guys can be up to date with all my anime and manga, as well as all my Spice and Wolf content that I'll be providing in this channel. It really helps out a lot, and I would really appreciate it if you guys could subscribe to my YouTube channel. So if you guys could, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now, with all that out of the way, let's get into this week's episode. So this week's episode starts off where we leave off last time, how they're going to do this big scheme, how they're going to make the big plan about smuggling gold. And that's what pretty much we start off the episode off. We see everybody uniting to leave, and we see pretty much is Holo, Lawrence, and then we see Nora, obviously, and we see one of the people that is going with Lawrence and them from the Marriott company. The guy that's going to get the gold for them to bring it back. And what we see is pretty interesting. We see that pretty much this guy's like, hey, yeah, I'm just here to, make sure everything goes well. Because if this does not go right, all of our heads are gone. Pretty much how the guy puts it. And fun thing to note, I think, I could be wrong, I didn't look it up, but I could swear that this guy's voice is the same voice as Toji and Dio from, JoJo's, as well as JJK. I think that's the VA's voice actor. I could be wrong. He has a very distinct voice, but I remember hearing it. I was like, is that Toji? I didn't look it up, but I'm just saying. So if you guys want to look it up, I mean, I don't know. I just thought that was very funny because every time he opened his mouth, I was like, is that Toji? Is that Zeke from Attack on Titan? Is that Dio? But continuing on, we see that they part, and as they're going with their journey, we see that eventually they gotta go to a stop because it's getting late. And I'm sorry, something in my eye. I know, right? Oh man, I don't know what happened. Something happened right now. Okay. But what happens is pretty much they stop their journey for a second because they gotta make sure they set up the camp, and the guy's like, why don't we just continue going? We can't afford stalling. And Nora's like, no, we need to stop because the wolves will attack at night, and even Lawrence and Holo start talking about that, and he's like, all right, fine. And pretty much how they're setting camp, everybody's kind of chill, and as the night progresses, you see Nora being with Enoch and the sheeps, just kind of chilling, and then Holo laying her head on Lawrence, and as soon as everything seems calm, everything changes because we see that Holo stands up and she's like, whoa, she seems like distressed, and so does Nora, and it means that the wolves are nearby. And what happens is Nora blows her horn, and it's supposed to scare the wolves or put them at an ease or something like that, so it's supposed to drive them away for the time being. And they're like, you know what, we gotta get out of here because this is no good news at all. If they already found us, we need to get out of here ASAP. And as they're ready to start doing that in the morning again, they they start traveling once again in daylight. And what happens is you have this nice little banter between Nora and Holo where they start talking about Enoch, and there's about metaphors about wolves and sheep, and she starts calling rabbits, my bad, rabbits, and they're the wolves. And she starts calling Lawrence a rabbit, and it's a nice little thing where she's like, yeah, I'm the one that puts him. He's the prey, and I'm the guy, the person, the predator, or something like that. And it was nice and funny because she even talks about do you know about anything about Lawrence? Can you trust him? And then she says something to Holo. Holo starts laughing. He's like, you're a good judge of character, all right. And there's just fun little dynamics between Holo, and Nora just petting Enoch and just talking getting along with each other, which is something that for the time being we hadn't seen Holo or Nora done because Holo was a hater, which makes sense. I mean, she's a shepherd and whatnot. And once again, Nora specifies that even if this mission, whether they were gonna finish this mission or not, she was gonna quit being a shepherd, period, because she wants to pursue her dream about tailoring. And they pretty much what happens is they continue the journey, and as the journey continues, we see that eventually Holo's it's beginning to rain, and you're like, oh no. And yeah, oh no, indeed, because what happens is that's when the wolves strike, and the wolves start chasing them after during the rain. And as they're being chased, you see pretty much Yunora 100% prove why she's a great shepherd, and she makes it so all the sheep are safe, and Enoch is following along. And as that's progressing, even Holo compliments Nora, like, okay, she is an exceptional shepherd because she's able to, no matter what position we're in, she's able to be favorable towards us escaping. So that's good props on her, So respect on Nora, Holo showing some love to Nora. Love to see that. And as it progresses, Holo realizes, like, okay, like she starts seeing like some wolves catching up to her, and she's like, okay, back off. And all of them get scared. She uses Conqueror's Hockey. That's a One Piece reference. And what happens is pretty much she says, okay, we gotta separate. And she tells Nora and the other guy to like go forward, complete the mission, go to the wall. We'll meet up with you guys at the entrance, and once we do, we will all be rich. And they're like, okay, fine, fair enough. So as soon as they're leaving, we see Holo also tells Lawrence, like, hey, I gotta stand back, and because these young rebel wolves gotta be put in their place, as you guys call them, like, these young people, and because pretty much from Holo's perspective is like they're trying to prove themselves, they're trying to like sound menacing and cool, and Holo's kind of humble them down, show them who's the real leader. So Holo's like, hey, we're gonna separate for the time being. Here's my clothes so they don't rip like last time. So when they do, just cover me with the clothes so I won't be naked and all that. And yeah, just trust me, everything should be fine. I shall see you when everything's ready. And Lawrence is like, okay, fair enough, just come back safe. And you see Lawrence drive off with the horse, and he's grabbing onto her clothes. He's sad because he doesn't know whether she'll come back alive or not. And Holo eventually does confront the wolves, and she's like, so you guys are the big like big hot stuff, huh? And it's a cool scene where you see Holo just being surrounded by all these wolves, and she doesn't even flinch a second. So that goes to show just how much of a strong wolf she is. She's the top dog, to say the least. She's the alpha wolf. And how we end the episode off is how pretty much once they got separated, we see that Nora, she was worried about them. She's still worried about them. And then the guy's like, oh, we can't let their sacrifice go in vain. It's like, what? You think they're dead? It's like, okay, I mean, they're brave. Showcase of bravery. We cannot let it go. Come on, we gotta continue. And what happens is, eventually Lawrence sets camp by himself. He puts his horse down. He's waiting for Holo. He sees some people show up, and he thinks it's reinforcements. Because they're like, oh, did everybody make it out? I was like, yeah, my female partner, I'm waiting for her. We got separated. And the guy's like, oh, this should make it easier. And he's like, what are you talking about? And what happens is pretty much the guys are trying to like assassinate like Lawrence. Like they're trying to get rid of him, and the reason is because they're being betrayed by the trading company, which you're like, oh no, like out of all the times, why now? They were so close. And what happens is because they say they can't let any witnesses or have any chances about anything slipping out, so they want to take care of Lawrence, and they tackle him down. They don't kill him because they don't kill him. They said they could have killed him. I don't think they would have gone through with it. I think they were too like afraid of that. So they were just going to tie him up and let him be fed by the wolves. They weren't going to let their hands get dirty. They'd rather just have someone else get rid of Lawrence. And, Lawrence is like, he's like, well, we got to find the women now. Because if we do, we got to do the same thing to her. Like, Lawrence is like, don't you dare touch her. And then he gets the crap beat out of him. He gets beat up, put on the floor. He's all bloody, and, he's crying, and just a bad time. He's tied up. He's left alone in the rain, and now he's worried about Holo. And the episode ends in a very dire note for us watchers to see like what's gonna happen now. Holo's separated, Lawrence is beat up and bloody. Are they gonna make it safe? Are they not? And I think that's a great way to end the episode with tension, and to come back next week to see the resolution of this entire little arc, which I'm very much excited for, because the original did a great job at this. So I can't wait to see how this reboot will do in the next episode. Now, with all that being said, what did you guys think about this week's episode? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys thought it was alright? What did you guys thought? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also, thank you so much for sticking all the way to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more Spice and Wolf, as well as more anime and manga content in the near future. But yeah, with all that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.